love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always
Namaste friends, this is your friend Prasanna Krishna Sharma, and you can actually see this is the final part of string part 4. You may by now know that each and every part, that all 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes video is all worth it, and if you actually try, you will see how many different commands that we actually practiced. It's like at least 50 to 60. So one thing is knowing the commands, and the second thing is way to knowing how to use it, like way to use it. So that we will also be getting in. So let's see what the final part of the string is there, which is the string part 4, before we go on to the next lecture, which is about booleans and operations, which can be in one lecture. So let's take a deep dive. Thank you.
Namaste friends. In today's lecture, we'll be seeing the continuation of strings, and I promise this will be the final lecture in strings unless until you guys ask me more questions regarding the same. So what did we see like so far? We saw about positive indexing, negative indexing, capitalize, lower this thing, rpad, lpad or ljust, and then adding tab, control n, new line, control carriage written. We saw a bunch of commands, some 40 or 50 in number. So today it will be a continuation of few other important commands that I feel it will be important for your career, or not for your career, for your programming language. So we will actually practice those. Like always, we'll take a command, we'll dissect it, and we will actually see what result it is actually giving. Okay, so please bear with me, and then next will be a new lecture. All right. Even in the second lecture or something, we saw about like a tuple or tuple, and we saw about the difference between the just normal bracket or the square bracket. Okay, so as I said, like there is something called as a list and stuff of that nature. So the tuple is just like a normal bracket. So let's actually see what it is actually doing. So if you see, I'm actually creating a tuple with 3 names, and then I call it as an X, and then I say join this hashtag with my tuple. Okay, so this is what I'm actually telling. So let's see what it gives. See, what it is actually doing is, when I say join this hashtag with this tuple, it has taken this with this, with this, and this. So that is what it is actually doing. Okay, so if you want to do something here, this is exactly what it's going to do. All right, so let's take the next command. Okay, here you may have figured out what this is actually doing, may have, but basically L justifying. So in the L this thing, and telling that banana is my favorite fruit. Okay, let's see how much space, it will be 20. So banana comes here, and then 20 spaces this. Depending upon your programming logic, this may come useful. All right, so this one is a plain vanilla. This is so easy. This is a plain vanilla. Okay, so basically I take a capital letter and then I convert everything into lower. And even in the previous lecture, we saw something called as a capitalize and case fold, right? I remember this case fold or something. Okay, so this is what it is. And here we go. So what we are actually seeing here is we take this banana and then we are stripping off. Okay, and this banana actually comes here. The stripping off is actually coming in the middle, okay, of all fruits, and this is actually banana is my favorite. So basically we're actually stripping off these things. Okay, let's actually see what it is doing. See, banana is my favorite. So basically what has actually happened is it has actually stripped off a good amount of this things. It has only given this. All right. Now let's actually take this. We are making a transformation with S and P, okay, and then we are actually telling translate. So let's actually run this and see. So instead of hello Sam, it is hello Pam. And this thing we also, if you remember, there is a command called replace. So what we have to do is we have to see what is the difference between a replace and a make trans. So basically this actually comes for a table, okay, in a table. And you can actually transpose and those things for a string. All right, so let's actually see this here. So I could eat. So what we are doing is we are actually partitioning bananas. So what do we mean partitioning here? So basically I could, in the area of banana we are partitioning. So this actually comes under three different things: partition, partition. Okay, so that that is what it is. Okay, so I could bananas. So wherever the bananas, this is like we are partitioning. So next is the replace. So the replace is like, exactly in the previous command. What is that command like we actually saw here? This make trans. So if you see here, I'm replacing bananas with apples. That's all. Very simple. Okay, replace this. Okay. So in this case, what we're actually doing is we're actually trying to find where this casa is. So the casa is basically happening in the 12th area. So the entire thing can be the 12. Okay, 12 spaces. So that is what it is actually doing. Now let's see what is the case of R index. Same, R index. So this is where R justifying the fruit, and let's actually see. So see here, last time we actually did a L justifying, and in this case we actually did an R justifying, and banana is my favorite fruit. So let's actually take this and let's actually do this here. So I could eat bananas all days, and bananas are my favorite fruit. So in this case, there are going to be two partitions. So in the right partition, I'm actually asking to partition where the bananas is. So let's actually see what comes out. See here, the bananas all day, and then bananas, and then this is my favorite fruit. So basically in the case of bananas, it is actually partitioning into three types. Okay, now this is a string methods. So we are actually splitting, we are actually R splitting. So let's see. So what it is actually done here is, if you remember what is this bracket called, whether it is a list, tuple, set, dictionary, do you remember that? If you see like lecture 1 or 2 something, and this is also important because there's a difference here. Tuple is normal bracket. We have a set, we have a dictionary, so we have a list as well. So that is up to you to actually decide. So let's actually see here. So in this case, I'm actually R stripping, and rest all is the same. So let's actually see this here. We are actually splitting here, and how this is going to split, because I have not given any kind of like a banana or something like that, right? So let's see what it does. See here, every word is being split. So if you don't specify where you want to split, like in this case, like a banana, like an R split, okay, R partition banana, in this case, like splitting, this actually takes everything into consideration, and you're actually splitting everything. Very simple. Okay. Now let's actually see this. We are actually splitting the line, and this is a new line. So let's see. See? And then we are actually telling, starts with hello. So where the hello is. So yes, this is true because it does start with a hello. Okay, it does start with a hello. Okay. So let's actually wait here. Let's take this. So there is lots which is actually happening, like strip and blah blah blah. So exactly what this is actually doing. So it is actually stripped off all the spaces, the blank spaces. You see the strip, remember, like this also came in the previous lecture, I believe. So this is how you actually use it. Okay. And I think this one is basically like, yeah, I think this one is basically like, uppercase, and let's see what the swap case is. Let's see what the swap case is, and we can go from there. So text swap case. So basically it is actually taking something in random and it is actually swapping everything, swapping the cases and stuff. So what we are actually doing is we are actually saying titleize. So titling is basically like, let's see how the titleize is going to go. And this is exactly what I thought. See, when you actually put a title, every first letter is a capital, right? And that is exactly what it did. Other than the welcome W, the remaining one is all small, and here it is actually titleized everything. So, dictionary. Remember, like we actually said the tuple, square brackets, normal brackets. We said something about dictionary, right? So I've given a clue here. So the clue here is alright. So what I will do is it's basically replacing this with this. So this is the dictionary, my friends. Okay, in the dictionary I have a flower bracket, and what did I say for the tuple? Normal bracket. So which means the other thing was a list, set and stuff of that nature. So here we are actually translating. So let's actually see what it is what. So this 83, the 80 from Sam to I've actually done it as Pam. So I've actually changed it. And why is it so? Because with the ASCII code, the 83 is yes and 80 is P. So that is what I'm doing with the ASCII code. So that is exactly what has actually happened. Now we did the lower case. Now let's actually see what the upper case is. It is going to convert everything to upper. See, it's like capitalize or upper or lower. Okay, so these ways, if you know, like, more than one commands, it is going to be really easy for you, and programming becomes fun. Okay, now, let's actually try this. Okay, what is a Z fill? What is a Z fill of 10? See here, it has taken this as 50 and it is actually given up to this thing. So this is what the Z fill of 10 is, and this is what we are actually doing. Alright friends, I trust you have actually enjoyed this lecture, and if you have any questions, you know whom to contact. Send all my PowerPoints. I've given the maximum possible commands available as of today. So as I said, you can either make a note of them, or you can actually watch my videos continuously, and you can actually start trying to do, and then eventually we'll take step by step and we'll actually start putting everything into one programming sense, and let's actually see. So till we see next time, I take care. Cheers. I really want to thank you for giving me your time. Take care.
Namaste friends, I trust you have actually watched my lecture, String 4, which is the final part. If you have any questions, you know whom to actually contact. I'm always there for your help. Like always, I'd like to thank two persons. One is you for giving me your valuable time, and the other is my wife Jayashree for being my support. Till we see next time, take care. Cheers.